Welcome to my channel, Life in Words. Today, we have a beautiful story for you, full of mystery, emotion, and history. It's not just a lesson in English. It's a journey through the life of a legend. So, find a quiet place, relax your mind, and let the words guide you. This is the story of William Shakespeare, the man whose words still speak to us hundreds of years later. It was a cold morning in April, and the wind danced through the streets of a small English town. A boy, only 11 years old, sat alone beside the river Avon. He had no paper, no ink, only his thoughts. He listened. The birds sang, the water whispered. The trees moved like actors on a stage. That boy's name was William. One day he would become William Shakespeare, the greatest writer in the history of the English language. But on that day, William was just a quiet boy with a loud imagination. William was born in 1564 in Stratford-upon-Avon, England. He was the third of 8 children. His father, John Shakespeare, was a glove maker and local businessman. His mother, Mary Arden, came from a rich farming family. William grew up in a busy house with many brothers and sisters. Life was not easy, but there was always something happening. People came in and out. There was talk, laughter, and sometimes loud arguments. William watched everything. He remembered everything. Even as a child, he was learning to write, not with ink, but with memory. William went to grammar school where he learned Latin, history, and literature. He read old stories from ancient Rome and Greece. He studied poetry and plays, but school was strict. The teachers were serious, the rules were many. William followed them, but his mind often wandered. He loved stories more than anything else. He loved to hear tales of kings, heroes, ghosts, and love. He loved words. He played with them in his mind like a child plays with toys. Words became his friends. He would later turn those words into magic. At age 18, William married Anne Hathaway. She was 8 years older than him. Soon they had 3 children, a daughter named Susanna and twins Judith and Hamnet. William was now a father, but he had bigger dreams. He wanted to go to London. He wanted to write. He wanted the world to listen. So he left. London in the 1580s was alive with energy. Streets were crowded, markets were loud, people shouted, horses ran. The smell of food and smoke filled the air. It was dirty and dangerous, but also exciting. London had theaters, actors, and a growing love for plays. Shakespeare arrived with no money, no name, and no friends. But he had something better: talent. He started as an actor. He watched, he listened, he learned how a stage works, how actors speak, and how the audience reacts. Soon he began writing. His first plays were full of action, love, and power. People came to watch them again and again. He wrote Henry VI, a historical drama. Then he wrote Titus Andronicus, a dark and bloody tragedy. People were shocked and impressed. Who was this new writer? Shakespeare's name began to rise. His plays were different. They were not just stories. They were mirrors of human life. He showed kings and beggars, lovers and fools. He wrote about jealousy, ambition, dreams, and death. He made people laugh. He made them cry. He made them think. Then came Romeo and Juliet, the story of young love and old hate. It broke hearts and lit imaginations. People felt the pain of the lovers. They cried when Juliet drank the poison. They screamed when Romeo took his life. Shakespeare was not just writing, he was reaching into people's souls. Play after play, he created worlds. Hamlet, the prince who couldn't decide. Macbeth, the man who killed for power. Othello, the soldier who was tricked by lies. King Lear, the old man who lost everything. Each play was deep, rich, and full of unforgettable lines. To be or not to be. Out, out, brief candle. All the world's a stage. Even today, people speak his words without knowing they are his. In 1599, with a group of friends, Shakespeare helped build a theater, the Globe. It was round, open to the sky, and full of life. People from all walks of life came to see his plays, rich and poor, young and old. They stood, clapped, cried, and laughed together. The Globe was not just a building, it was a heartbeat. It was where dreams came alive. Shakespeare wrote many of his greatest plays there. He also acted in them. He was not just a writer, he was a man of the stage. During this time, he became rich and famous. He bought a big house in Stratford for his family, but he never stopped working. He wrote sonnets, short poems about love, time, and beauty. He wrote 154 of them, each one a small treasure, but not all was joy. In 1596, his son Hamnet died at only 11 years old. The pain was deep. Shakespeare never spoke of it, but some believe the sorrow lives in his words, in Hamlet, in King Lear, in every tear dropped on the stage. Later, his brother died. Then his friend and actor, Richard Burbage. The theater also faced hard times. Plague closed the city. Plays stopped. But Shakespeare kept writing. His mind never stopped dreaming. Around 1613, Shakespeare returned to Stratford. He was older now. He had seen success and sadness. He had built a world from words. He wrote one last play, The Tempest. In it, a powerful magician says goodbye to his magic. Many believe this was Shakespeare's own goodbye. He died in 1616, at the age of 52. The world lost a genius, but his words lived on. Today, over 400 years later, William Shakespeare is still the most famous writer in English. His plays are performed around the world. His stories are studied in schools. His words are quoted in books, movies, speeches, and songs. He gave us more than entertainment. He gave us understanding. He showed us who we are, our beauty, our pain, our love, our hate, our dreams. And he started as a boy who listened to the wind. It's hard to believe one man could shape a language, but he did. William Shakespeare was not a king. He was not a soldier. He was not a god. He was a boy from a small town who loved stories. He listened, he watched, and he dreamed. With paper and ink, he changed the world. So when you read his words, remember, you are learning the language of the master. You are speaking the words of history. You are touching the soul of poetry. And like Shakespeare, your words, too, can change the world. Thanks for watching and learning with us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Life in Words for more amazing stories in English.